Hi everybody! So this is my first official YouTube video on how I began being a reseller and how I chose what platform I was going to be on and how I got that aha moment of to join this crazy life in this world and check it out. And I'm committed to 6 months full time. Um, Actually, I'm doing part time because I work at a winery in the morning, 5 days a week for 4 hours, but that gives me a lot of other time. So, and I love my job at the winery. So it's super fun. This is super fun. And so if you're interested on how I got started, please stay tuned. So I'm just going to jump right into how I got started. My family and I, especially myself, and I've wrapped my kids up into it, love to go to thrift stores and estate sales, garage sales, just kind of on the hunt for a really great find. And right down the street, there was a estate sale. We have a great company that's local and they post estate sales and they do a great job of it. It's a little bit eerie going through someone's entire house and whether they had to walk away from it, maybe unfortunately someone might have passed or something like that. There's an entire life, an entire world that needs to be dealt with. So this company with lots of dignity, it's called New and Again, and it's in Lodi, California. And very lovingly, they go through everything, they price it, and then they post an estate sale. It's very popular around here. You have to show up almost at 5:30 to 6 o'clock in the morning to get a number, and they'll let you know when they open. They're very fair about when they open, when they close. Just a really classy business. I've been in Lodi for 5 years, and they've been doing it ever since. I don't get to go as often as I would like, but when I do get to go, I like to do that. So back to the story. There was one right down the street from me. And so I was very interested. I was on my way, it was a Friday, I was on my way to my job at the winery and I called my daughter and I said, hey, go over there and check out what they have. So my daughter went over there and she was like, Mom, they have like 50,000 dolls. So it was a doll collector and cookie jars, Hallmark, everything was still in the box. And that's a whole nother story about, the Beanie Baby fad. That's what I grew up in, the Cabbage Patch fad. But these people had serious bank in collectibles. So when I got back from work, I went over there and started Googling some of these items on eBay and started just picking up everything. I was in line to pay for it, and a gentleman and his wife had a lot of really nice glassware. You knew that they knew what they were doing because of their pile. And so when we were in line to check out, they just told me, "Oh, you're going to do really good to put that stuff on eBay." And then they looked at my daughter and they said, "Does your mom make you go to these things?" And she's like, "Oh, I like to go." And she said our daughter hated it until she started finding clothing and selling on Poshmark. And I was like, "What's that? What's Poshmark?" Poshmark. And so they told me a little bit about it. They said that their daughter was making $7,000 at the high end a month. And that was like, oh, that sounds good. I like $7,000. So my daughter was like, oh, Mom, it's this play. And she tried to explain to me. And so I went home and started doing my research. So I researched, and I just thought, I can do this. I'm going to do this. So I decided to put clothes and collectibles on eBay and then started putting my clothes on Poshmark, but not before I did some research. So let me give you some of the people that I have gained a lot of information from. And one is a lady called Empty Hanger. She's super fun. And she always, her grandma sends her stuff, which I love because I had a really close relationship with my grandma. And if my mom was better, she would dig through things. Even though last time I was home, she was like, "Oh, you'll be able to sell my Perry Ellis sweater for a lot of money. I paid a lot for that." And I was like, "Mom, I don't even think people know who Perry Ellis is." And so maybe it's vintage. Maybe I could put it on for vintage. But anyway, back to the research that I did. So I went on YouTube myself and researched another person that, and I'm looking at my notes, Boondoggle Bliss. She is the queen of Poshmark. She gives you tips, tricks, anything you would like to know about Poshmark. This is one classy lady. She's got her act together. She's got a great head for business, and she's got an amazing heart. So, Boondoggle Bliss, the New York thrifter. Love her. She has taught me about shipping, digging through the bins, different things like that. And I'm in California and she's in New York. So, the YouTube has given us world of knowledge. Back to my list. The Deal Queen. Oh my goodness. She's super trendy, has her act together. I think she's in her mid 20s. I was not even like business. I was trying to get through college. So, she's super trendy. She gets amazing items. Classy, classy, classy. One thing that they'll teach you in this is that if you're going to do Poshmark, pick up tips and tricks from other people, but don't try to copy everybody because you're going to have to get your own rhythm. You're going to get your own buyers. You're going to get people who love your closet, but you do have to figure out your niche. So one thing that I love that she says is about your side hustle. I can relate to some side hustle. So anyway, I love her. And Beck's a boss lady. If we lived in the same town, we'd be friends because she is super cool. It's like talking to one of your good friends. So love her. What I learned from her is to not give up if something's not working, change it. Um, you know, just great wealth of knowledge there. She has a great video on cleaning shoes. I've put together a shoe kit, which I will show you a little bit later. I'm also going to put a shoe kit for starters together and mail it to anybody who subscribes to my channel. So go ahead and go down there, take a minute and subscribe to my channel. And then there is Lindy Glenn. Hi, Lindy. So like her a lot. She is the person that's going to teach you how to get ready for downtimes on Poshmark, where people aren't buying clothes, summertime, right before Christmas, things like that. She has alternative ways of making money, and also she talks about other platforms. I have researched other platforms, but decided that I'm going to concentrate on eBay and Poshmark. So I might have some updates later about some other marketplaces, but right now, Posh and eBay are where I'm going to learn. I'm going to really figure out the ins and outs of those platforms before I jump into anything else. And that leads me into pick your platform. There's a lot of different platforms. So if you're really edgy and trendy, there's Depop, there is Let Go, and Facebook Marketplace. I personally don't want anybody coming to my home, so I decided that wasn't for me. So there's just a lot of different apps that you are able to resell on. There is a guy that I think is hilarious, and his name is Resale Rabbit, and he buys big, uh, plat not platforms. Anyway, old lady moment. Containers, and he unboxes them and sells those on eBay and other places. So he's fun to watch. Now, the person who gave me the courage to do this is, drumroll please, Tati Westbrook. I love me some Tati. I just love her. And Tati said once that, I forgot if she said Lucille Ball or Carol Burnett said, I'm glad I had the courage to fail. And that's what kept her going. Tati, you're amazing. You're my inspiration. And thank you. By the way, I have been taking Halo Beauty. Love it. I can see my skin glowing from it. Okay, back to what I was talking about. One other thing is that you have to tell your friends and family that you are doing this crazy thing. My husband, my poor husband, very supportive. The other day, I have 2 or 3 piles of laundry that are clean, but I need to fold them and put them away. And he was like, are these the clean ones? And I was like, yeah, but don't go in the laundry room right now because I have all my stuff to clean my posh clothes. So, you know, there's priorities. We can't forget about our family. So we also need to, once or twice a week, make sure that we either have a budget for a pizza delivery guy to come by our house, or and some pot roast, slow cooker meals, something like that, sandwiches, deal with it on your own, just anything like that, because it does take some time, and in the beginning it will encroach on your family time. So there's that. Then I was going to let you know one thing I learned about Posh is I've told some friends about it. I've sent them my link so they can join. I get $5, they get $5. But also, people, Poshmark is not like Facebook. When you give people a little heart, that means that you would like to buy the item. And on Facebook, when you thumbs up, laugh, or heart, that means that you're just thumbs up, laughing, or hearting. So make sure that you're not going through and click, 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 heart, love it, love it, love it, because it's cute, because it's cute, because it's cute. You will be getting offers. It's usually 10% and a discount on shipping. Now, if you like it and you want to buy it, I encourage you to do that because then you will get a discount. Although sometimes people have their item priced so low that adding a discount would totally not have them making any money. So just know that too. If you do like it with a heart and you don't get a response, that's probably why. So I'm trying to keep my videos to a shorter spurt. That is my video on how I got started doing your research. And my next video, I'm going to shoot right after this. And it's going to be, you can get started on Poshmark or eBay today by just going around your house and finding items. And to prove that point, I went around my house today and I pulled out of my closet, out of my jewelry and my purses, and found items that I am going to be posting this week. So if you'd like to see how you can get started on Poshmark just by what you have in your closets that you haven't worn or you've grown out of, or that you just haven't worn them. So stay tuned for my next video. If not, stay connected. I'll see you soon.